I'm kind of obsessed with her.
That's madness.
The wedding outfits, though, I don't know.
All three of those wedding dresses were fire.
Get ready.
Ew.
Wait, who's that? Ew!
Because we've got a lot to talk about.
What? There's history there.
And who's spitting at people anymore?
I don't know, it's messy.
So take a seat.
You are not Rihanna.
Tyrone, Lainey, Traci, Chloe, and Sonia come together to celebrate the year's biggest newsmakers.
Cheers.
Etalk presents A Toast to 2022. Begins right now.
'22. I mean, just saying it. What a year. So many things to be grateful for, and so many great stories, so many heartbreaks, so many tears. And I'm glad that we're ending it together, first and foremost. And here at Miss Likklemores, which is a part of my outside life. So the two worlds coming together. And I'm so glad that we can sit down and chat and break bread and just go through the year. And since my name is Mr. One Love, it's only right that we start with a little love action that happened in 2022. So let's talk Bennifer.
First of all, I just want to start off by saying I'm so glad we're starting off with love.
Yeah.
Because this year had a lot of ups and downs, but I feel like starting with love is a beautiful thing.
Start with love and end with love.
I mean, Bennifer, 2 decades in the making. I remember when they first got together, and this was the time when magazines were it. That's where we went for our celebrity pop culture 411, and I was obsessed with buying magazines at the time. They were everywhere, on every cover, every week. These two were the it couple, and I kind of love their origin story, you know? Like, they fell in love on a movie set. Does it get more Hollywood than that?
I think I watched that video, Jenny from the Block, like multiple times, just because you got to see their like little love story.
I think that was the first video I saw high-heeled Timberlands.
Listen.
Right? That was a big deal, that Jenny from the Block video. You know, I love Jennifer Lopez because she loves love.
I'm just worried for her, though. Like, just, this is
What?
Ben. There's history there with him. Let's not forget that.
That's the thing with her, though. She always bounces back. She's fine. Like, given all the things that she's been through,
but remember, Lainey, she said that
this
is one heartbreak that it took a really long time to get over.
Yeah, but she's saying that now.
She's saying that now.
Because she's with him now.
She's gonna be fine. Think about the amount of engagement rings that woman had.
Yeah.
I want to hear Lainey's take.
No, but I mean, like, listen, everybody is so supportive of this love, but I feel like, let's hear from the
you want to throw it back to me.
Why doesn't Mr. One Love, dump on the love?
No, it's not that I dump on the love. I just feel like, here's my quick synopsis, okay? I want to keep it quick because I think we spent enough of 2022 on them. The magazine era?
Yes.
I loved them. 2022, all I wanted to do was hear that they were back together, amazing, and then that's it. I just feel like I felt like it's one of those, if let's say their love story in 2022 was a movie, it's the movie that was just a little bit too long. You know what I mean? Like, we just talked about it for a little.
Like Geely? Like Jersey Girl? Like the movies that they made together?
Precisely.
This year, we saw a backlash against another couple, Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles. And, that was a lot of combined collective hate, and it really backfired on, or at least reverberated on Don't Worry, Darling.
But she
and
left
all
her
that
children and went off with a pop star. You know,
but
that
did
was
she
different.
really, I mean, do we know the full story?
Don't you remember those pictures of her, with her hair tousled, packing up her suitcase into the back of her car?
I mean, maybe
literally
she just
leaving
needed
and packing
a
up.
break. Listen, I get that. Like, if somebody invited me on a yacht for a weekend, I would be gone in a heartbeat.
No, you
Especially if it was Harry Styles, I'd be like, bye, Mariah.
Wait,
food is in the fridge. Goodbye.
Only if I was your plus one.
Sonia just felt targeted.
No, she picked up and laughed.
So the mom is not supposed to go and get some. Is what Sonia wants
exactly.
to know.
I don't know, it's messy.
I don't know.
When these two started popping up everywhere, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Harry Styles and who? And I'm a big fan of Jason Sudeikis.
Messy. I get why you're a little bit.
I'm not saying not going away to a yacht weekend. But I'm saying you're moving out.
But maybe plan it out.
Right.
Make some time for it.
That's it.
But this was supposed to be a really big year for Olivia and Harry.
Yeah.
Like, Olivia's movie, Don't Worry, Darling, was everywhere. Then you've got the Harry Styles drama associated to it, and then there's the Florence Pugh drama associated to it.
Yeah.
I mean, she was apparently not very happy with
She
the
was
two of them
missing from the
shacking
press
up.
tour. She was refused to promote the movie.
And that weird moment at the Venice Film
Yeah.
Festival where they wouldn't even look at
And
each
then
other.
the spit gate that happened, or the phantom spit, or remember, like
gosh.
when people were
Did he?
zooming in on,
Yes.
did he spit on Chris Pine? And that was like 2 weeks of spit drama.
Yeah.
I know.
Can we take a vote? Who thinks he actually spat on Chris?
Oh, I don't think so.
I think he did.
Why?
Because of his reaction. Like, what was he reacting
So you're
to?
into this guy who would spit on a colleague at a film festival.
Well, I mean,
Do you think he
I
spit
like
on
bad
him?
boys.
You believe that
There's
your
no, but
love.
there's a yacht available.
There's a whole lot of
There's
things.
a yacht.
There's a whole lot that comes with
Wow.
that spit. I mean, it depends how you like it. You know?
I just feel like
Hey, yo.
you think he
I
spit
don't know,
intentionally.
man. I look
put your
at
hand
it.
up.
I know, but I think something happened.
I think something
And then the
happened.
publicity team was like, all right, let's take a step
Because
back.
what
We're
did
gonna
he
pretend it
react
was a
to?
joke.
Something happened, and then he went, right? Like there was this reaction, so he must have done something.
I honestly don't think I can talk about Pete Davidson without
Oh my
blushing.
gosh, this is adorable.
Like guys,
Wow.
no wait, I feel like I should be
Me
more
too.
professional about talking about Pete Davidson. But
No, you
at this point,
shouldn't.
we all know I'm very madly obsessed with this
Yes.
man. I have been vouching for Pete Davidson for years, and everyone said, Chloe, I don't get it. Pete Davidson, gross. Now,
Yeah.
Everyone said, don't
Now
say that.
go ask-
I said,
actually, Tyrone,
Chloe,
my best
I
friend
don't
at
get
work.
it.
I also co-sign that. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I still don't get it.
I get it.
I'm not mad at it, but I
I
don't get
understand it now. I get it now, for sure.
it. What do you get?
Well, I sat there staring at his photo, the big smile, one day, and I was like, I just need to like stare into his eyes.
I think big
Something.
smile.
Let's go,
Big
Tracy.
smile.
Talk,
yes,
talk
big
now.
smile. I mean,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
I mean, the rumor
And then I
has
used
it
my
he's got that-
imagination.
what is that song? That BDE?
Guys, he's got BDE.
He's got that BDE.
He also has that.
What's
I don't get
BDE?
big energy.
Oh.
It's a thing. It's an aura. It's an energy.
But I think
You
he's
feel
also a really nice guy. Like nice guy,
He's
BDE.
such a nice guy.
Done.
Ariana Grande set the stage for him.
it. Yes.
Yes.
They got engaged, and there was some little chatter about, his BDE, and I feel like that just opened up the floodgates for gorgeous women.
Oh yeah.
Pete Davidson,
Also, I
right?
think he's really refreshing in Hollywood. Like he's a guy who really doesn't take himself too seriously.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a teenage stoner that never grew up, and now everyone can't get enough. Like people started to notice when Ariana Grande got with him, they got engaged, and then when he started dating Kim Kardashian,
That
even
was
I was blown away. I was like,
insane.
okay.
He was with the kids. Like, we saw them at Walmart with
Didn't
them.
he tattoo
on the-
their names on
on
his
his
body?
face.
He
Oh
loves
my
to
God.
tattoo every
Wow.
That's
lifestyle.
madness.
In terms of industry, though, I mean, I know you love him. I know you think maybe he's nice, but like, if as a career, most people know Pete Davidson by who he's dated. Period.
Yeah.
Nobody knows his work.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. He wasn't that good on Saturday Night Live, and he's not even on the show anymore. So what's Pete Davidson gonna do when he runs out of hot women to date?
There will forever be hot women.
When that's the only thing he'll be
True.
known for.
Yeah.
As a career, if I'm his agent, I'm a little bit worried. There's Pete and Kim. On the other side, Kim and Kanye's divorce.
Yeah.
And then Kanye was dating as well. We started 2022 with Kanye and Julia Fox, right? It was
Yeah.
they had met at New Year's Eve and
Yeah.
partied. Anyway, let's go there.
Julia Fox and Pete Davidson to me sound good together. That's where
That makes more sense.
That makes more
That's
sense.
the 1
to me.
+ 1 = 2.
Yeah, just go.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of obsessed with her.
Really?
Thank you, Tracy.
I'm
Me too.
obsessed with her. I like Julia Fox because I just never know what I'm gonna get from her. And I feel like when her and Kanye were together, she was a bit of his muse. And that's what he did with Kim Kardashian. I mean, if you look at the pictures of Kim Kardashian before Kanye, and no disrespect, because I had a few taffeta dresses in my wardrobe too. And when Kanye came in, he changed their whole aesthetic, the
way more
Kardashian
polished.
aesthetics. Yeah, and he really, really worked with Julia. I don't feel like he tried to change her and mold her into a Kardashian, but they had their time together. And since they broke up, I've been fascinated with her lives. She's in her bed, basically with the makeup on from the night before, which I find a little bit questionable. But I also like the fact that I don't know what she did the night before. I'm like, why does Julia Fox still have her makeup on for the night before?
I can't get over that meme when they're like, oh, who did your makeup? And she's wearing that thing that looked like someone was choking her. And she's like, I did it. I did it myself. And then after that.
more vocal fry though. I did it.
I did it
myself.
I did it myself.
And then she went to Central Park and picked up leaves and made a bikini out of it. I'm like, she's a creative mind.
And especially when she came out, she's saying that she did Kim a favor by dating Kanye just to distract him. So now she's friends with Kim.
I mean, this girl is the product of the Kardashians, raised by Kardashians, raised on social media. Like, this is who we asked for. Like, we birthed a Julia Fox. And
we should also say proud parents.
And she was great in Uncut Gems. I stand by that. She was great in that
She
film.
needs another movie role.
Wait, what? Hold on. You just said that she is the product of the Kardashians, which I think is a great point. But I think we're looking at that point from two different things. That's not a good thing.
Here's a girl who used to be a dominatrix, who somehow got into Uncut Gems and that whole movie culture and universe, then somehow ended up using Kanye to her benefit, then to get into the front row of Paris Fashion Week, be invited now to every runway. I mean, listen, this is a schemer. I am here for a girl who can scheme her way from dominatrix land to front row at Paris Fashion Week and more.
Started from the dungeon, now she's here.
There you go. I wish we didn't have to go here, but like Kanye sucked up so much oxygen this year with his various mistakes. Can we call them? Yes,
mistakes.
So let's have a moment for Kanye, I guess.
This is someone who, since he came out on the scene, we've always known to be very outspoken. But 2022, we saw him be outspoken in a whole different way, in a very concerning way, in a way that has ripple effects.
I wonder what it's going to take for him to really realize, like, he's actually going to lose everything. Like, I feel like he's already losing so much. At what point does someone, like, why is no one intervening for this man?
Well, that's the biggest thing that I see is a void of proper support, a void, not just moral support like friends, but like the support that he needs. At this point, I think that anybody that interviews him, shame on you.
Yeah.
I think anybody that gives him a microphone, shame on you. This isn't the time for that. He's not at his best. Matter of fact, he's at his worst. And so for someone who has openly said that I'm not fond of Kanye, I want to apologize. I'm done with any negative energy towards Kanye. I don't know, I can only pray for the best for him.
I mean, Kanye West wasn't the only one who's problematic in 2022. Johnny Depp, lots of problems, problematic. Toxicity, all of that. To me, it was like everybody going online being like, free Johnny Depp, pro Johnny Depp, anti-Amber Heard. What, 3 years after Me Too? 3 years after people with their whole chest were like, women believe women, and now suddenly we relapse. Like the way that Amber Heard was targeted, was harassed, this verdict. It was, to me, that was like one of the lowest points in celebrity culture of the year.
And then speaking of culture, how people have continued to support Johnny Depp after.
Somehow Johnny Depp has come back from this without even a break.
This is what's been frustrating for me in 2022, is that I'm so confused as to what is the scale that we're living by, right? So Johnny Depp can make a comeback without even making a comeback effort.
You know, when you talk about double standards, unfortunately, they are persistent. They are everywhere. It's hard not to notice them. I mean, the Will Smith Oscar slap is a perfect example of a double standard that we have to dive into.
He started off making the biggest mistake that we've seen Will make in his life.
In 30 years of goodwill, 30 years of goodwill, good behavior.
Yes.
Obviously, he made an egregious mistake.
There's no.
However, as a Black woman who has been othered for her hair, personally and professionally, Chris Rock should not have made that joke about Jada's hair. Period. Full stop. The end. And the fact that she has alopecia adds another layer to it. Will should not have gone onto the stage and slapped Chris Rock, but I know that I interviewed Chris Rock during TIFF many years back for his documentary Good Hair, because his daughters had approached him about
the irony of that, right?
because they went to a predominantly white high school, and so they had questions about their hair. So he created this documentary called Good Hair because of Black women and their journey with hair. So that, for me, I was taking all of that in that night. None of us condone violence here, and none of us condone the action. But he's been in our lives for decades, you know, decades, and we've never seen this type of behavior from him. And I feel like he's doing his due diligence, and I'm not saying, you know, certain, you know, people get triggered by seeing things like that, and I understand that, and I have empathy and sympathy for that. But at the same time, I feel like at some point we have to give him some room, because we've forgiven people for a lot worse things.
Yes.
As you mentioned, the year has been full of ups and downs.
Full.
But one of the full ups,
Yes. Full ups.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Are we talking about full?
Welcome back.
And lifted us up.
Traci.
I'm here.
Traci, I have another one for you.
Okay.
And it's Rihanna.
Yes, it is Rihanna.
Not Rihanna. Because I've been saying Rihanna for
Me too.
years.
Oh,
but
my
it's
goodness.
Rihanna. We know that as well.
Guys, Rihanna changed the game when it.
Rihanna.
Thank you. I'm gonna get it. 2023, my resolution is to say Rihanna correctly.
Rihanna.
Maternity fashion.
I know.
Not really something I ever took note of, you know? Amazing celebrities got pregnant. Usually they wore little frocks. Rihanna came out.
I loved it all. What I didn't love is other people doing it.
Yeah.
And you notice now, since Rihanna has had her baby, nobody's doing that anymore.
Nobody's doing it anymore.
Because it was just in that moment.
Yeah.
And she's, I mean, she's one who can
But
carry
this is
that.
who Rihanna-
But I don't want to judge any pregnant
Right.
women's fashions.
In 2022, and as we said, the up, one of the ups is the return of Rihanna,
Yes.
right? Like we finally got some music. We
Oh,
got the
dying.
Rihanna fashion that we needed. We got
Yeah.
the Fenty show. We got more Rihanna, and she had been sort of on a slight hiatus.
No,
sort
building
been
an
an
empire.
entrepreneur.
Building an empire.
Right,
being
but
a boss
I'm
babe.
talking about in these departments.
Okay,
in these
all right. I
departments,
know, but I get really kind of protective of her about that when people
Yeah.
say music. I'm like, she's busy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But
She
that's
is
fair.
busy.
But here's the thing. When
Do
you make people love
you know how many
you.
colors foundations Fenty has?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like more than
When
I
you
can
make
count.
people love you for your music
Lip
and then you
color?
take it away, there's nothing wrong with people being like, we want some Rihanna music. I like getting mad at it.
I get that.
Totally
I get that. But to Tracy's point, the music wasn't making her a billionaire.
No.
The foundations,
The foundation
fashion,
made her a
the
billionaire.
shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I feel
And
like
there's
it's going to be
still
even bigger.
more.
There's still more. Like
The Super Bowl.
Guys,
Super
like,
Bowl.
2022's wrapped up, and I'm already excited for what
Do you
she's
think
going
we'll
to
get
give
a
us in
full album from her
2023.
though in 2023?
She already said no. Like this is just the 2 songs for the Black Panther soundtrack. But I mean, like I don't know. She's not one to lie.
I can't wait for the Super Bowl concert. Oh, and I know there's a game too, but that's
That's
what
why we're watching. Ups and downs for people who are fans of BTS because there were like this year's been an emotional roller coaster for ARMY. You know, like the Grammys, their Vegas takeover, but we're ending the year on the first member of BTS enlisting for mandatory military service. That would be Jin, his head shaved. He's gone.
And he's gone for how many years now?
It's 18 to 21 months.
But
so
see,
basically 2 years.
I love this about them. I love that they could have had a chance to surpass this, right? But they chose not to. They're like, no, this is mandatory. We're gonna live by an example. And I feel like the Army's loves them even more so for this, right?
They could have asked for but they did not.
Yeah.
I respect it 100%. I just am standing back with waiting to see how this unfolds because their trajectory is like something I've never seen. Like I've never seen anybody just come out of nowhere and just go boom. But then this is a huge interruption in that momentum. I'm not sure what this looks like in the summer of 2025. I'm not. I'm paying attention.
Oh, I think the
and I'm
build-up's gonna
interested.
be. I think the build-up's gonna be even bigger.
Like I said on the show the other day, the mandatory age is 28. So think about Harry Styles, Justin Bieber, they're both 28 now. So when you hit pause at the height of your career on an ascent and you go away for 2.5 years, what happens? Like your core fans will be there, but like BTS was more than just their core fans.
They're the same age as you. That's wild.
So sweet that you think I'm still in my 20s. This has been such a fun year to fall in love with BTS by working with you.
Yes.
Your love of BTS is contagious, and I look forward to seeing what they're up to all the time. I think my favorite BTS memory is when they were at Paris Fashion Week. And we cover Paris Fashion Week all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, the Kardashians go, fans come. Gigi Hadid's there, fans come. BTS shows up, there's like security everywhere because it looks like there's a concert. Like the reach and excitement and dedication of their fans is truly unlike anything I've ever seen, and it made a fan out of me.
I know. I'm kind of not looking forward to seeing you moping around now.
Well, I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for another year.
I also want to toast to all of you, but I also want to toast to my first full TIFF experience. And I finally understood what you guys were all talking about.
I am grateful for all of you and for our team who works so hard and comes up with so many great stories and their energy.
There are so many people behind the scenes that make our show possible. Like right now, I am staring at so many cameras. I have so much gratitude.
My heart is so full being able to do this job. And here we are at this table at Miss Likklemores. So for the sake of culture, for the sake of celebratory nights, and for the sake of the damn best entertainment team in Canada. Thank you, Miss Likklemores, and thank you, ladies.
You have to make eye contact.
Oh yeah, eye contact,
Cheers.
eye contact.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Still doing that heavy lifting.